Welcome to Psychic Insights, where pop culture meets higher consciousness and the tea is always a little bit mystical. I'm Robin Richardson, your psychic girlfriend, and around here we don't just watch the drama unfold. We read the energy behind it, whether it's celebrity scandals, reality TV, chaos, or true crime with a twist. I'm tuning in to bring you the intuitive scoop the headlines miss. So buckle up, because your aura's about to get entertained. Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Robin Richardson, your psychic girlfriend, and today we're doing a little something different. If you've been following the news, then you might be aware of Savannah Guthrie, the disappearance of her mother about 11 days ago, and recently a Ring camera, some footage has been showing a suspect who we don't know who it is. Head to toe, mask, ski mask, the whole 9 yards. And, to be honest, my spidey senses have been all over. I just can't get a fix on it. So I wanted to pull some cards today to, I asked the question, can we describe the type of person just based on the cards? So I'm not predicting guilt. I'm not naming anyone. I'm not accusing anyone. I'm just describing the energetic archetype of a person based on the cards I pulled. It's not legal advice. It's not investigative reporting. So what I say here is just purely symbolic and intuitive interpretation, and for entertainment and spiritual inquiry only. All right. So I when I do a reading, and I'm practicing this with larger cases, so what I do is I just pick some cards from my Lenormand card deck. I read the Akashic Records. I'm a psychic. I've done this for a long time, but recently been fascinated by true crime. So here we go. All right. So what I picked was, when I asked the question, can you describe, can we describe what the qualities of this person? Just let's see what comes up, right? So I picked child, rider, sun. I also picked garden, cross, stork, fish, book, and mountain. So I'm pretty curious. And what this combination doesn't scream villain, but it actually paints a very layered portrait of someone who's socially functional, adaptive, and outwardly positive, but also guarded and shaped by life's pressures. So let's walk through what this energy could look like if you were just simply describing a person, right? So my first impression with the child, rider, and sun together, sorry, dropping everything, this is a youthful energy, not necessarily age, but more of a demeanor, moves quick communication, someone who doesn't like stagnation. They may text fast, think fast, and move fast. The sun adds an additional warmth and visibility. It's someone who tends to be noticed and remembered. And they can come across optimistic, confident, or even charismatic. Now, if you met this person, you might think they seem upbeat and approachable and energetic, not intimidating, not hidden, but actually quite the opposite. And when I noticed the eyes and that came through on the picture of this person, I kind of felt like it was more feminine, but somebody that you would remember if you met them. Okay. All right. So we have the next thing, the social and public presence, is we have the garden, and we have the fish. And this is public-facing energy. This person's comfortable in groups, social environments, or even online spaces. They understand exchange, money, value, networking, or even resources. This could include understanding Bitcoin. The fish also adds emotional adaptability. They can flow between environments easily. I'm finding this so fascinating. And this is someone who doesn't necessarily stand out as suspicious in a crowd. They know how to navigate social spaces. All right, now it deepens. And then we have the cross, and the stork. And this is change plus weight. So something occurred. There was a transition, there was a responsibility, and a major turning point in life. This person likely has experienced something defining. A move, a reinvention, heavy obligation, or even emotional pressure. And the stork says that there's some evolution here. The cross says they carry meaning or burden. All right. This isn't a stagnant personality. It's someone who has had to adapt. All right, then we have the inner world here, and we have the book and the mountain. And this is the private core. This is someone who doesn't reveal everything. This might be somebody who, when is exposed or when this comes out, and I believe it will, people are going to go, didn't see that coming. I don't think we're going to hear like, oh yeah, totally creepy. We're not going to hear any of that. They may be very intellectual, analytical, or simply guarded. And the mountain suggests walls, boundaries, or obstacles, whether they're emotional or situational. And this book, it kind of increases this secrecy or withheld information. So not necessarily deceptive energy, but private energy. So beneath the social exterior, there's this kind of deep and cautious energy. So my feeling is, again, when this person might be revealed, people are going to be like, wow, it's totally not the person that we've experienced. Okay. So if I were summarizing this archetype neutrally, it would sound like this is someone who appears social, capable, quick-moving, and generally positive. They adapt well in public environments, and they understand exchange or value systems. However, they are more private than they appear. They have experienced meaningful transitions or pressures that shape them, and they protect their inner world carefully and do not immediately reveal their full story. And this isn't an obvious or extreme personality that's layered. It's sunny on the surface and guarded underneath. And again, this is not a declaration about anyone. This is symbolic interpretation of cards describing energy patterns, not guilt, not identity, and not legality. So the cards just describe the archetype and tendency, not the verdict of this person. But I can't get that image out of my head of the person who showed up at Nancy Guthrie's door. So, I share these readings as a way to explore intuition, symbolism, and human behavior through spiritual inquiry, not to judge or accuse or even to condemn. And if you enjoyed this type of content, thank you for being here. And if you'd like a personal reading, please check out my website at yourpsychicgirlfriend.com. And as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and stay grounded. And I will see you in the next one.